Hello there, this is Heirs to the Kingdom channel, and today's lesson we're doing chapters 6, 7, and 8 of the book of Nehemiah. If you're new to this, it's a Bible study channel going through the King James Bible, not skip anything as Scripture's command. So if you would, please like, subscribe, and share this content, and let's get started. So last we left off, the early people went and started rebuilding the wall of Jerusalem. And so they're rebuilding Jerusalem. They want to rebuild the temple. We already went through Ezra where they rebuilt the temple. I think they did the wall first, then they came and did the temple later. So I think Nehemiah should have been before Ezra, but the way Chronicles ended, Ezra was the likely part of how it went into. But so as I said, we are kind of like bouncing back and forth in the timeline here. So you just kind of have to keep up with that. Gets a little confusing, but then you just kind of realize where you're at, and it's like, okay, makes more sense. So let's go ahead and get started here. Chapter 6, verse 1. Now it came to pass when Sanballat and Tobiah and Geshem and the Arabian and the rest of our enemies heard that I had builded the wall, and that there was no breach left therein, though at that time I had not set up the doors upon the gates, that Sanballat and Geshem sent unto me, saying, Come, let us meet together in some one of the villages in the plain of Ono. But they thought to do me mischief. And I sent messengers unto them, saying, I am doing a great work, so that I cannot come down. Why should the work cease? Whilst I leave it and come down to you? Yet they sent unto me 4 times after this sort, and I answered them after the same manner. Then sent Sanballat his servant unto me in like manner the 5th time with an open letter in his hand, wherein was written, It is reported among the heathen, and Gashmu saith it, that thou and the Jews think to rebel, for which cause thou buildest the wall, that thou mayest be their king, according to these words. And thou hast also appointed prophets to preach of thee at Jerusalem, saying, There is a king in Judah. And now shall it be reported to the king according to these words. Come now, therefore, and let us take counsel together. Then I sent unto him, saying, There are no such things done as thou sayest, but thou feignest them out of thine own heart. So the kind of word there's, we can tell from the sentences mean like, this is something that you've said yourself. You've kind of made it up because it's something that's in your own heart that you believe, but it's not so. I don't know if I said the word right or not. Finest. I don't really use that word in everyday life. I've never spelled it before, so I don't think any of us really have. But yeah, so I looked it up, and it says the definition is like, you pretend, invent, or make up something false. So, like I said, just from reading the reading the sentence, kind of can figure out what the definition meant. So, let's continue on here, verse 9. For they all made us afraid, saying, Their hand shall be weakened from the work, that it be not done. Now therefore, O God, strengthen my hands. So here it is, the continual prayer. It's like, pray when you need. Pray, we're commanded today to never cease praying. A godly person always converses with God before doing anything, so he would not have started doing this stuff if it wasn't already on his heart from God to do. He already knew what was needing to be done. What God wanted them to do was to rebuild the wall and have things preset, so that because God was bringing his people back to the land. They got their punishment, and now it's time to bring them back and say, okay, you got your spanking, so you're gonna obey now, is kind of the thing, which of course, from this time, I think it was one of the last times they're cast into captivity in that way before they're dispersed after Jesus. But there's quite a lot of years between that, and then Rome takes over, but Rome does things a lot smarter, besides making enemy of all the people. But anyways, we'll get into that later. Verse 10. Afterward I came into the house of Shemaiah, the son of Deliah, the son of Mehedabil, who was shut up. And he said, Let us meet together in the house of God within the temple, and let us shut the doors of the temple, for they will come to slay thee. O yea, in the night will they come to slay thee. Okay, so here I was wrong. The temple was destroyed, and here say, let's go into the temple. So, okay, so Ezra was before this. All right, so the temple was already remade. The walls were not set up. So I was wrong in this. I'm going to try to make a mental note to always remember they rebuilt the temple first. There's no way to shut the doors on something that's not standing. So the book of Ezra should be before the book of Nehemiah. It's just the way it was always worded. It always seemed like, in his heart to go down. And, I thought they were working on the wall and the temple at the same time with Ezra. But either or. So here it is, saying they closed the door on the temples. So the temple has to be rebuilt. Anyways, verse 11. And I said, should such a man as I flee? And who is there that, being as I am, would go into the temple to save his life? I will not go in. And lo, I perceived that God had not sent him, but that he pronounced his prophecy against me, for Tobiah and Sanballat had hired him. Therefore was he hired, that I should be afraid, and do so in sin, and that they might have matter for an evil report, that they might reproach me. My God, thank thou upon Tobiah and Sanballat according to these works, and on the prophetess Noadiah. I think that's how you would say that. Or is it Noadiah? Noadiah? Yeah, we'll have to be let's go with Noadiah. Anyways. And the rest of the prophets that would have put me in fear. So the wall was finished in the 25th day of the month, Elul, in 52 days. And it came to pass that when all our enemies heard thereof, and all the heathen that were about us saw these things, they were much cast down in their own eyes, for they perceived that this work was wrought of our God. Moreover, in those days the nobles of Judah sent many letters unto Tobiah, and the letters of Tobiah came unto them. For there were many in Judah sworn unto him, because he was the son-in-law of Shechaniah, the son of Arah, and his son Johanan had taken the daughter of Meshullam, the son of Berechiah. Also they reported his good deeds before me, and uttered my words to him, and Tobiah sent letters to put me in fear. Chapter 7. Now it came to pass, when the wall was built, and I had set up the doors, and the porters, and the singers, and the Levites were appointed. And I gave my brother Hananiah, the ruler of the palace, charge over Jerusalem, for he was a faithful man, and feared God above many. And I said unto them, let not the gates of Jerusalem be opened until the sun be hot. And while they stand by them, as they stand by, let them shut the doors and bar them, and appoint watches of inhabitants of Jerusalem, every one in his watch, and every one to be over against his house. Now the city was large and great, but the people were few therein, and the houses were not builded. And my God put into mine heart to gather together the nobles and the rulers and the people, that they might be reckoned by genealogy. And I found a register of the genealogy of them which came up at the first, and found written therein. Like I said, their genealogy is very important to the Israelites, of knowing who's who, where they come from, this, that, and the other, their families, which, tribe they're from, blah, blah, blah. And, continue on here, verse 6. These are the children of the province that went up out of the captivity of those that had been carried away, whom Nebuchadnezzar the king of Babylon had carried away, and came again to Jerusalem and to Judah, every one unto his city. So here we go with some names again. Like I said, genealogy is quite important to the Israelites. Verse 7. Who came with Zerubbabel, Jeshua, Nehemiah, Azariah, Rehemiah, and Nehemiah, Mordecai, Bilshan, Mispereth, Bigvi, Nehum, Baanah. The number, I say, of the men of the people of Israel was this: the children of Parosh, 2,272. The children of Shephatiah, 372. The children of Arah, 652. The children of Pahath Moab, of the children of Jeshua and Joab, 2,818. The children of Elam, 1,254. The children of Zadu, 845. So we're sitting here of people that are in the area that already came. So not that many people came with him that I remember of, but there were a lot of people already there that have already returned back because they rebuilt the temple. So 14. The children of Zakkai, 703 score. The children of Benui, 648. The children of Bebai, 628. The children of Asgad, 2,322. The children of Adonikam, 603 score and 7. The children of Bigvi, 2,003 score and 7. The children of Aden, 655. The children of Ader of Hezekiah, 98. The children of Hashem, 328. The children of Bezai, 324. The children of Hariph, 112. The children of Gibeon, 95. The men of Bethlehem and Netopha, 184. The men of Anathoth, 128. The men of Beth Asmaveth, 42. The men of Kirjath Jearim, trying to remember if this is Ch or K. Chephera. I think Chephera sounds better instead of Kephera. Let's go with Chephera in that one. And Beroth, 743. The men of Ramah and Geba, 621. The men of Michmash, 122. The men of Bethel and Ai, 123. The men of the other Nebo, 52. The children of the other Elam, 1,254. The children of Haram, 320. The children of Jericho, 345. The children of Lod, Hadid, and Ono, 721. The children of Senaa, I guess that's how you would say that, because it's got the two A's in there. It's not Senaa. Senaa. So weird. Anyways, 3,930. The priest, the children of Jedaiah of the house of Jeshua 973. The children of Emer 1,052. The children of Pashur 1,247. The children of Haram 1,017. The Levites, the children of Jeshua, of Kidmiel, and of the children of Hodavah 70. The singers, the children of Asaph, 148. The porters, the children of Shalem, the children of Ader, the children of Talmon, the children of Akab, the children of Haditha. I think that's how you would say that. Hatita. That probably sounds better. Hatita. The children of Shobai, 138. The Nethinims, the children of Ziha, the children of oh, good gracious. This one's my dyslexia just kicked in. Hashufa. There we go. I had to figure out how to say it fast. Hashufa. The children of Taboeth. The children of Kiros. The children of Saya. The children of Padon. The children of Lebanah. The children of Hagabah. The children of Shalmai. Now we're getting to some of these complicated names. I've been doing pretty good up till this point. I've got some of these weird little, got to make you think a little bit. Verse 49. The children of Hanan, the children of Giddel, the children of Gehar, the children of Reiah, the children of Rezin, the children of Nakoda, the children of Gazim, the children of Uzzah, the children of Phasia, the children of Besai, the children of Munim, the children of Nephishi. Oh, the already be. Look at that one. Nephishism. Nephishism. That's whatever. Moving on. The children of Bakbuk. The children of Hakapha, the children of Harher, the children of Bazlith, the children of Mahida, the children of Harsha, the children of Barkus, the children of Sisera, the children of Tema, the children of Neziah, the children of Hadatha, the children of Solomon's servants, the children of Sotai, the children of Sopherth, the children of Perida, the children of Jaela, the children of Darkon, the children of Giddel, the children of Shephatiah, the children of Hadel, the children of it's either Pochereth or Pochereth. It had to be Pochereth on that one. Of Zebaim, the children of Ammon. All the Nethinims and the children of Solomon's servants were 392. And these were they which went up also from Telmelah, Telhersha, Cherub, Adon, and Emer, but they could not show their father's house nor their seed whether they were of Israel. The children of Deliah, the children of Tobiah, the children of Nakoda, 642. Now we had a lot of these names. There was an Ezra as well because they'd counted and had the same part talking about those could not, follow their genealogy back to where their house started at. So they were there, but they knew that they were Israelites, but they don't know which house. And so this is why it's very important for the Israelites to know their genealogy and they can trace their lineage back to which tribe. Verse 63. And of the priests, the children of Habiah, the children of Koz, the children of Barzillai, which took one of the daughters of Barzillai, the Gileadite to wife, and was called after their name. These sought their register among those that were reckoned by genealogy, but it was not found. Therefore they were they as polluted, put from the priesthood. And the Tershatha, dyslexia kicked in. I was like, what? Tershatha said unto them that they should not eat of the most holy things till there stood up a priest with Urim and Thummim. The whole congregation together was 42,360. Beside their manservants and their maidservants, of whom there were 7,337, and they had 245 singing men and singing women. Their horses 736, their mules 245, their camels 435, 6,720 asses. And some of the chief of the fathers gave unto the work. The Tershatha gave to the treasure 1,000 drams of gold, 50 basins, 530 priest garments. And some of the chief of the fathers gave to the treasure of the work 20,000 drams of gold, and 2,200 pounds of silver. And that which the rest of the people gave was 20,000 drams of gold, and 2,000 pounds of silver, and 67 priest garments. So the priests and the Levites and the porters and the singers and some of the people of the Nethinims and all Israel dwelt in their cities. And when the 7th month came, the children of Israel were in their cities. Chapter 8. And all the people gathered themselves together as one man into the street that was before the water gate, and they spake unto Ezra the scribe to bring the book of the law of Moses, which the Lord had commanded to Israel. So here we already know. So I'm going to make a mental note that Nehemiah is after Ezra, because here it is, like Ezra's already there. So they didn't mention his name yet, but it's like, let's continue on here, verse 2. And Ezra the priest brought the law before the congregation, both of men and women, and all that could hear with understanding, upon the first day of the 7th month. Okay, so here we're seeing a combination, actually. So Nehemiah and Ezra are there at the same time, doing the same things at the same time. One was fixing the wall, one was building the temple. So I don't know who got there first, or this, that, and the other, but it seemed like Nehemiah was the starting point, and they gathered all the other people, and Ezra was one of them that was sent as well. So, that's why Ezra's before, because here they're talking about Ezra bringing the book of the law of Moses and already being in the temple. I mean, going in the temple and shutting the doors. So, I was wrong about to say that Nehemiah should have been before Ezra. Like, no, it's, as I said, the people that put the Bible together, they're wiser than me. They knew what they were doing. So, let's just continue reading here. I'll get my head straight in a little while. Verse 3. And he read therein before the street that was before the water gate from the morning until midday, before the men of the women and those that could understand, and the ears of all the people were attentive unto the book of the law. And Ezra the scribe stood upon the pulpit of wood which they had made for the purpose, and beside him stood Mattathiah and Shema and Ananiah. I'm sorry, it's not Ananiah, it's Anaiah, and Urijah, and Hilkiah, and Maaseiah on his right hand, and on his left hand, Pedaiah, and Mishael, and Malchiah, and Husham, and Hashbadana. That's a name and a half right there. Hashbadana, Zechariah, and Meshullam. And Ezra opened the book in the sight of all the people, for he was above all the people. And when he opened it, all the people stood up. And Ezra blessed the Lord, the great God, and all the people answered, Amen, Amen, with lifting up their hands. And they bowed their heads and worshipped the Lord with their faces to the ground. Also Jeshua and Bani and Sherebiah, Jamin, Akab, Shabbethai, Hodijah, Maaseiah, Kelida, Kelida. Let's go with Kelida. Sounds better. Azariah, Jozabad, Hanan, Pelaiah. I don't know why they got that one. That's one of them ones that's tough. Pelaiah. Gotta have that IAH in there. Anyways, and the Levites caused the people to understand the law, and the people stood in their place. So they read in the book, in the law of God distinctly, and gave the sense, and caused them to understand the reading. Kind of like, they did a Bible study. It says they read things and explained it as they went. Kind of same thing as I'm doing here. From what we can understand and what we know, this is the best that we can do. As we're learning, God gives us more knowledge, so on and so forth. But let's continue on, verse 9. And Nehemiah, which is the Tershatha. My tongue and my dyslexia and my brain all just hurt on that one. It's Tershatha. Tershatha. Yeah, Tershatha. And Ezra, the priest, the scribe, and the Levites that taught the people said unto all the people, This day is holy unto the Lord your God. Mourn not, nor weep, for all the people wept when they heard the words of the law. Why did they weep? It's like, hey, we've been doing wrong against God for so long. It's like, we haven't been doing anything right. And so they wept. They were sad because, they know they was angering God, but they didn't know. It says, don't mourn nor weep. It's like, now you know. Knowing's half the battle, G.I. Joe saying. It says, now you know. So from this day forward, let's do right. Verse 10. Then he said unto them, Go your way, eat the fat, and drink the sweet, and send portions unto them for whom nothing is prepared. For this day is holy unto our Lord, neither be ye sorry, for the joy of the Lord is your strength. So the Levites stilled all the people, saying, Hold your peace, for the day is holy, neither be ye grieved. Kind of falls for us today when we fail God and sin against him and stuff like, just like, hey, you didn't mean to, or, you repented, this, that, and the other. Okay, so just take the joy of the Lord and move forward. Don't sit here in depression or sad about it. It's like, you messed up. Do better next time, try to, but continue on because people need to see the love of God in you, not the sadness of the world. Let's continue on here, verse 12. And all the people went their way to eat and to drink and to send portions and to make great mirth, because they had understood the words that were declared unto them. And on the second day were gathered together the chief of the fathers of all the people, the priests and the Levites, and unto Ezra the scribe, even to understand the words of the law. And they found written in the law which the Lord had commanded by Moses, that the children of Israel should dwell in booths in the feast of the 7th month. Now, aren't you glad we're not under the law? They got so many particulars in there of how everything has to be done. Mess things up. Verse 15. And that they should publish and proclaim in all their cities and in Jerusalem, saying, Go forth unto the mount, and fetch olive branches and pine branches and myrtle branches and palm branches and branches of thick trees to make booths, as it is written. So the people went forth and brought them and made themselves booths, every one upon the roof of his house, and in their courts, and in the courts of the house of God, and in the street of the water gate, and in the street of the gate of Ephraim. And all the congregation of them that were come again out of the captivity made booths and sat under the booths. For since the days of Jeshua the son of Nun unto that day had not the children of Israel done so, and there was very great gladness. Also day by day from the first day unto the last day he read in the book of the law of God, and they kept the feast 7 days, and on the 8th day was a solemn assembly, according unto the manner. And that's the end of the lesson today. It's a little over the 30-minute mark, so same thing applies to us. When we read the word and start understanding it more, take the word with gladness and move forward. You know, if you didn't know, you didn't know. That's why it's important to study all of the word, so you know all of the word. Don't forget to pray. Always seek God with everything you do. We're commanded to never cease praying, to pray everywhere. Always pray. And there's always something to pray about. All you got to do is ask God, what do I need to pray about? What should I be praying about? What's going on in the world? Oh, there's lots of lost people. Well, there's me. I'm found. You know, if you have been found, it's like, well, I need prayer. Like I said, I always say this: pray for the lost, the found, yourself, others, all people, all nations, everywhere, everything. There's always something to pray about. Europe's going to be suffering, you know, with what's going on in Spain problem. You know, the Muslim system's on the move. Islam's on the move to take over the world. We got to pray about that. You know, but how did this happen? All these places quit following Scripture. You know, they used to be dedicated to God, have all these beautiful churches and everything else, and now a lot of those countries, their churches are being burned to the ground and mosques are going up instead. They're under attack and they don't even see it. Now that's happening in England, but anyways, lots of things to pray about, lots of lost people to pray for, especially the ones who think they're found and are still lost. Got to pray for those a lot. Give God all praise, glory, and worship and thanks in everything, the good, the bad, the ugly, and the indifferent. That's the end of this lesson here today. So until next time, God bless, good day, and goodbye.